Andrews family are going on a hunt to find Badger, who was trapped in a warehouse. Well, not trapped for too long because he has the power of super speed. They all go, except Monica, to a warehouse in the middle of nowhere that the military knows that someone's in. That someone being Badger. Birdie stays in the truck as a lookout. As Birdie gets bored and jealous, she sees Badger and leaves the truck, the one thing she was told not to do. The group inside finds that they are too late and Badger already left. Outside, Birdie climbs up a side tower where Badger had gone with a rusty ladder. At the top, she finds Badger's jacket. She grabs it and the edge as she starts to fall. She is now hanging on for dear life. The group inside hears Birdie scream and rushes outside, just in time to watch her fall. Holiday jumps on her hoverboard and flies up to catch her. Everyone is now safe and head home. The next day at school, everyone is trying to be normal, but unfortunately, Holiday accidentally keeps showing Brinley up, and Cyrus gets called to the office to be informed that as he is a massive geek, he is signed up for the Alaska STEM competition. He is paired up with a girl named Casey Dupree. Casey Dupree, nerdy partner. More on her later. Their first job in this is a family interview for the local paper, which is exactly the opposite of what the Anders want. Normality and keeping a low profile. He tries to back out, but Casey comes out and says my favorite line of the season.
Cyrus, what the Five Nights at Freddy's was that?
Yes. Anyway, she also slaps him to convince him, and tells him what the prize is, which is a full college scholarship, or an internship at Whittier Corp. And she shames him for giving that up because he thinks his family won't like the attention. After being informed of the Whittier Corp internship, he is convinced. Cyrus has decided to keep this a secret from his family, though. The next day, Holiday shows Cyrus that she can learn any skill by watching it being done, and she just knows how to do it. Brinley knows something is up with Holiday, and is certain she will figure out what. Cyrus and Casey make a robot, which they name Hermione, and have big plans. Holiday tells Cyrus not to dig too deep on why if she's exposed to a skill, she becomes an expert in it. Obviously, he decides to experiment. What else would he do? Nothing? Overnight, Cyrus plays lots of French text in her room while she sleeps, and in the morning, she was speaking French. She hadn't wanted Cyrus to experiment on her, so she punched him. He had went against her wishes, but this proved she had powers. Abilities. The doorbell rings, and Casey has come over. Casey says that the interview is going to be tomorrow. Now everyone knows that they're going to be interviewed tomorrow, and aren't happy because, well, Holiday. But Cyrus says it's not about her. It's about me. It won't be a problem. And then jinxes it by saying nothing will go wrong. The next day, the sisters are out of the house during the interview. Holiday catches Brinley rummaging through her locker. Brinley is determined to find out what Holiday's up to. Holiday goes to pick up Birdie from the office, where she was getting bandaged after falling off the swing. They leave, and Holiday notes that the jacket isn't Birdie's, it's Badger's. Birdie feels something in the pocket, a note that says, Spy in School, CN flashcard. Badger was warning them that Whittier had a spy in the school. The reporter shows up, Jezebel Harrington, and she's very nosy, asking more questions about Holiday than Cyrus. They keep putting her back on track, but she gets bored and leaves pretty early on, as she wasn't getting good enough answers. The next day before gym, Holiday is alone in the girls' locker room and records herself spilling her guts and thoughts.
There's a spy in our school working for the Whittier Corporation. Mom and Dad are looking into my band teacher and the principal and the nurse, but they're looking in the wrong place.
The spy is not an adult at all. I think it's a kid. I'm sure I'm right about this. The person we should investigate is...
Talking to yourself, homeschool.
Brinley.
Casey comes in and roasts Brinley because, yes, Brinley and Holiday engage in an epic volleyball match, and the ball hits Brinley directly in the face, half on purpose. Cyrus and Casey have an awkward moment, which I will now play for you.
I'll get that out of the way, so I'm free for our date tonight.
Cool. Wait, what? We have a date? Did you say date?
Yeah. Our date with Hermione, the robot. Hello, programming our hearts out. What'd you think I meant?
Oh, no, that's exact, right, I meant, that, robot.
You're such a weirdo. Cute, but so odd. See you later.
I'm cute?
Sai! Emergency! Urgent! 911!
I'm cute.
What?
What? Oh, yeah, Brinley's nose.
Holiday tells Cyrus that her phone was stolen by Brinley, so he jokingly suggested breaking into her house and stealing the phone back, which Holiday took with all seriousness. So that evening, Holiday and Cyrus and Casey break into Brinley's house in the woods. Thankfully, Bryn is out with private oboe lessons. Anyway, this is also the start of the most epic nicknames ever. Casey calling Holiday different holidays. Brinley's dad leaves the house, giving them the perfect opportunity to slip inside. The house is dark, but they can still see all the taxidermy and medals. Holiday goes upstairs, leaving Casey and Cyrus alone. They chat and find the phone on the bookshelf. Holiday comes down just as they hear Brinley's dad return. They hide, but Mr. Pasternak just knows. Casey pulls up with an epic show that frees them, calling herself Tiffany with a G, saying that she came to grab Brinley's science notes for the test. Holiday and Cyrus run out, and when Casey joins, Casey kisses Cyrus on the cheek. Oh my gosh, yes! The next day, Cyrus works on Hermione, and Brinley confronts him about being in her house. He denies, and she still persists, not leaving, claiming that she's onto him and his crazy family. After school, Cyrus bursts into Holiday's room. He tells her that Brinley knows that they broke into her house. Now there's more evidence that she could be Flashcard, the spy in the school. Something clashes in the garage. Someone could be in there and find the hoverboard, Hovey, that Holiday chains up so she could be normal. They tentatively step into the dark garage. They find Birdie jump scare! That the culprit is a freaking squirrel. But the hoverboard turned on, which only happens when Holiday's in danger, so... Well, Brinley jump scare, I guess. Brinley's in their driveway, holding evidence that she let the squirrel into their garage. But she denies. Holiday needs to be ready for the concert on Friday, as Brinley states. Kids feel it's time to call in for help, aka Mom and Dad. They do nice things, make dinner, clean their rooms, so they can relay the bad news. And Birdie's there being very helpful.
And then she unleashed a vicious mutant attack squirrel on us in the garage.
What? I don't think it was a vicious mutant attack squirrel, Bird.
And now everyone thinks Holiday shouldn't play in the concert, as she could be abducted. But James has a plan. They let her play, so they can expose Flashcard.